Well, the Jacksonville Jaguars are a team I could see changing a lot over the next several years. There's a lot of questions here. Outside of Brian Thomas Jr., I think the entire offense is under question, and probably Travis Hunter since he's a rookie. But there's still the question of does he fade to one side of the ball after the season goes on? Because I just feel in the NFL it's different. It's going to be harder for him to maintain that duality that he has playing both sides of the ball. Trevor Lawrence, how much longer does he have? New management, new head coach, new GM. How much longer does Trevor Lawrence have before they ship him out if he's not performing? ETN, I don't think he's going to be around long. Bixby has obviously proven to be really good. They bring in Bashal Tutin this year in the draft, another player that looks like a really good running back. So you have three guys there that you can use. I don't know that ETN is looking to be the long-term fixture. Britton Strange I did like a lot. I believe it's his second year now. Showed some promise last year, even coming in behind Evan Ingram. The rest of the offensive line is trash. We're gonna have to fix that. It's terrible. Ezra Cleveland is decent. Everyone else terrible. Defensively, you have a lot of holes too. Defensive tackle, I think Travon Walker's good enough. I think he gets a lot of hate for not being Hayden Hutchinson, even though if you look at their stats throughout the last, since both of them have been drafted, Travon Walker's only 2 sacks behind Hayden Hutchinson. He's a really good pass rusher. At least I think. Devin Lloyd, really good. An okay-ish, Aluakon is good. The rest of the linebackers need to be replaced. Wingard needs to be replaced. And you're hurting at corner. Now, I know, again, in real life, they brought in Travis Hunter, who's looking to be that two-way player. Making that work in Madden is it's such a pain. It's so hard to do. You essentially have to create two players, monitor their overall the whole way through to make sure it stays the same, and yada, yada, yada. I'm not doing all that. I tried doing the sub thing where you change the position and sub them out. It didn't work. We're going to leave him at receiver because I always see him. I always see him on defense. So we're going to go receiver, and I'd hope that'd be the way he'd lean anyway. If he fades, receivers get paid more, and Trevor Lawrence needs the weapons. All right, well, at the midseason, we're 3-4. Now, we do have some stuff that we are looking to handle here. First is going to be re-signing players. We're not re-signing anybody. All those guys can go. I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look to trade ETN. You know what? We'll take a 4th and a 7th. A 4th and a 7th. There we go. That goes through. We get a couple draft picks. We get rid of ETN. Now, we probably could have gotten more, but we're going to leave that alone. I want to let those two guys, Tank Bixby and to kind of take over that spot. And we might need to replace our quarterback. Trevor Lawrence looks terrible. Oh, I don't know how many rushing yards he had, but now Trevor Lawrence leads the way. Travis Hunter looking like a great receiver, leading the way. Those are some pretty decent sack numbers. The interceptions are terrible, though. Josh Hines-Allen leading the way in sacks. Travon Walker with 3.5. Couple of picks. Again, the secondary is really weak, so we really need to focus on that. But I think we're in a good spot. I'm kind of curious if I want to move anybody else. Well, 8 and 9, and now that might not be the year that you're really hoping for. Yeah, not a playoff year. A good draft pick, though. I'm not really upset about that. In the first year, you always take your good draft picks. Trevor Lawrence was terrible. In real life, I think that's where they move off of him. Tank Bigsby, though, 593, 17 touchdowns is incredible. Receiving, Brian Thomas Jr., 1,005. Travis Hunter, a little bit of a fall off there towards the end of the year. Only one more touchdown, but did pretty good. Need to improve the offensive line. Defensively, Josh Hines-Allen, 13.5 sacks. Eric Armstead was 7. 6.5 for Travon Walker. 4 picks for Devin Lloyd, 3 for... we had good pick numbers out of this Jacksonville defensive scheme. And I don't really see us being any kind of coach of or any of those two races anyway. We might have some defensive side of the ball. We do get Offensive Rookie of the Year with Travis Hunter. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I don't even think we had some linebackers. Nobody really in contention, though. Quarterback not going to be there. Running back,
I mean, Bigsby with 17 touchdowns. I kind of figured he'd be on the list. Keenan Allen with the Denver Broncos. He must have gotten in the slot. Offensive lineman, nobody there. Defensive lineman goes to Josh Hines Allen. Again, a piece we thought about trading away, but not really ready to do it yet. Nothing. Kicker, Cam Little at 7. We have a Green Bay Buffalo Super Bowl. Time to just see who wins. And the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen gets the Super Bowl MVP. We want to check out, see what kind of development we got. And on offense, it doesn't look like much. We don't get any dev traits. Everybody stays the same. I would have liked to see Tank Bigsby go up there, but he didn't. Defensively, the same. No depth traits. Actually, Darnell Savage loses a depth trait. Eric Armstead loses a depth trait, but he's old and regressing, not a big deal. Everybody, and Aluakon actually loses his depth trait. Going to have to make some changes on this defense for sure, and it might have to do with getting rid of Josh Hines Allen. All right, and this is these are the players we're looking to bring in the free agency. Of course, Asante Samuel Jr., still young, 84 overall star dev. I don't know why he's not on a team in real life. A good player. Dad's a Hall of Famer. Going to bring him in, or try to. Will Hernandez, just one offensive lineman. We're not going to be able to rebuild the entire offensive line in this draft. Elijah Molden, trying, just going to be one of those kind of filler safeties for a couple years, and Baron Browning, just a filler linebacker. See who we get, and wow, we really dropped the ball on that one. Only Will Hernandez and Elijah Molden. Sante Samuel ends up going to Wash. He was interested in us, and we offered him more money. Yeah, no, we're just going to let it roll. Not sadly. I mean, these are our two guys. We're going to bring them in. They do offer a little bit of improvements to this team. All right, well, draft time's here. We have pick 13 in this year's draft. Not really in a position to trade up. Don't want to give away too much. I think we take the trade down. Maybe we try to get into the 20s. There's so much we need. 24, 56. And a 7. Yeah, San Francisco's offering a lot to move up with us, so we're going to go ahead and take that, get back to 26. You know, we added a pick in the second round. All right, taking a tackle here. Shamir Hunter. Going to go ahead and pop him in, ranked at 89. Normal depth. That's a little bit tough. You kind of wish for better. Maybe I wish I took that defensive tackle. All right, taking a left guard here. Just going to try to shore up this offensive line. That's probably about the best thing for us to do. Matt Sutherland, great player. We still have another pick in this second round. I think it's going to be Sean Craig. Bring a safety. We got to shore up this defense. He looks pretty good. Ranked at 57, got him at 58. Hidden dev, new starting safety. Going with another left guard. Probably going to move him somewhere. Don't really know yet, but he's around 1 to 2 talent. Ranked at 40. Hidden dev. He's going to be a great interior offensive line for us. We'll plug and play him somewhere. Taking a defensive tackle, finally. Looks pretty good. Khalil Wilkinson. Ranked at 73, got him at 88. Hidden dev, starting defensive tackle. Maybe we're salvaging this in the later rounds. I think our first pick was kind of pretty bad. So my hope is that with all these extra picks that we somehow have, we can make the best out of this. And here we're going to go with around 1 to 2 corner. Zach Porter. He probably going to be normal dev, but a high enough overall. Number 48, normal dev. A great value pick, though. All right, this is a 6'6 receiver. I'm just taking him. A 6'6 guy, a little bit early. Not terrible. 6'6", 92 speed, and a playmaker. He's going in the slot. Well, we had a lot of picks, and it wasn't really as bad as I thought. I mean, we didn't really get bad till we got down to these linebackers here, which it's not even showing Gavin Monroe. I can't even look at him. What does he look like? 61 overall. It's kind of bad. But are any of them really worse than Chad Muma? You know, who knows? The rest of the draft, though, pretty decent. We moved John Driver into that center role. Lost an overall. Not a big deal, though. He's not a normal dev. He's a hidden dev, so he's going to get to start. Same with Sutherland. We have improved the interior of that offensive line. Shamir Hunter is probably going to start as well on that right tackle side. It's just going to be what it is. Try to get the young guy developing, even though he's 23 too. Wow, that's tough. Zach Porter probably going to be somewhere in there. We drafted some good players. I'm actually excited to get these guys in and see how the rookie years go. All right, well, this is the team. Offense looking better. We definitely made some big improvements to the offensive line. Bringing in Sutherland, who we moved to left tackle because I forgot we had Ezra Cleveland. Driver at center. Will Hernandez we brought in. Harrison, I think he's still going to get the start just because he's a scheme fit. Brent Strange, the receiver group, looking a lot better. Hopefully they continue to develop. Tank Bigsby, Tootin, or Tootin, however you say his name. They're both looking good. A decent running back duo. Got Wilkinson in at the starting defensive tackle. Craig in as starting safety. Porter down here at corner 4, even though he is starting in the slot. I think Fargus is going to move up. We'll get the rookie in there. Muma is sadly going to stay starting at the left outside spot. The scheme doesn't really fit what it's supposed to, but we're going to leave it alone, let those guys go. And, we might make, depending on how the midseason's going, we might make some trades to try to get away from some of these aging players and get a lot of draft picks. And I say that, but do I really want to sell? We're 4-3 and leading the division. We might have to leave that the same. We do have some players to re-sign, like Devin Lloyd, who I don't really want to overpay a middle linebacker, but if he doesn't take this, we'll trade him. I will say that. He's getting traded. Devin Lloyd, we're not going to overpay. We're going to trade him. Doesn't want to be here. Go somewhere where you're wanted. I'm honestly going to take the Chicago trade. I think it's a fair trade. Tryon Shoyinka, a 3rd, a 5th, a 7th, gives us a little bit of an upgrade at that left outside linebacker spot over Chad Muma. Trevon Walker is staying. We're just going to pay him. Yeah, we'll give him a 2-year just because I think he probably should have one anyway. Tryon Shoyinka, we're going to give, a 1-year, but we'll pay him. Just because we just traded for him. That's the only reason. He's getting a 1-year just because we traded for him. Wyatt Millum, he's a good backup. Give him a little extra money to stay. Everybody else can go. That's kind of just where we're at. National focus, we're going to keep at cornerback. That is kind of where we need the biggest upgrade, I think. So we are going to leave that there. As far as dev traits go, let's find out who we got. Okay, so Sutherland is a star dev. Like that. Don't know drivers yet. You think they would have played the same amount. Craig is a superstar dev. That's awesome. And Wilkinson is getting benched for some reason. And our middle linebacking core kind of falls apart. But, it's okay. But yeah, that's, exciting news, Craig. You get one superstar dev out of the class. Wilkinson, we're going to see what his dev is. We still want Porter starting in the slot. Trevor Lawrence still with a lot of touchdowns. I do not like that. Tank Bigsby doing pretty decent, though. 4.1 a carry, 4 touchdowns. Like to see a little bit better. Kai Clements, the rookie, leading the way in receiving. Maybe he gets a Rookie of the Year. That's really good blocking numbers. Defensively, Oluokun leading the way in tackles. Josh Hines-Allen at TFLs. And Trevon Walker at sacks. Our sack numbers have kind of taken a dive. And only 2 interceptions. The rookie's got 1 at least. So I think that's going to be the only kind of moving around we do. We just shipped Devin Lloyd out, and now we're going to get to the end of the year. Well, just like last year, 8-9. Our offense was actually pretty good. 7th in points per game, 7th in pass yards. Rushing yards and defense fell off, probably after the middle linebacker trade, but I'm not too concerned with that. Trevor Lawrence turning the ball over a good bit, but that's a lot better of a year than last year. Tank Bigsby, 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns is awesome. Brian Thomas, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns, 9 and 4 for Travis Hunter, 871 and 17 for Kai Clements, hopefully a Rookie of the Year and a dev trait. The offensive line numbers really weren't that bad. They were better at the midseason, but they weren't terrible. I've seen worse. Oluokun leading the way in tackles, Josh Hines-Allen in TFLs, Trevon Walker in sacks. Our sack numbers took a huge dip.
Josh Hines-Allen is probably getting traded. 4.5 sacks is not worth that money. 3 picks for the rookie Craig, 2 for Aluakon, 2 for Porter, 2 for Campbell, 1 for Lewis, and 1 for Elijah Molden. Wilkinson is superstar X Factor. What a draft pick. So on defense, we drafted a superstar and a superstar X Factor player. That is awesome.
And you know we're not going to be MVP or Coach of the Year material, really. Just speaks for itself. Offensive Player of the Year, we don't have anybody. Defensive Player of the Year, nobody. Offensive Rookie goes to Kai Clemens. Kind of saw that one coming. Defensive Rookie, Craig is second. That would have been awesome. Porter, our defensive tackle, didn't even make the list. Best quarterback, Trevor Lawrence is down there. Running back, Bigsby's on the list. Receiver, Clemens is at 6. Offensive line, nobody. Defensive line, nobody. Linebacker, nobody. Defensive back, do we have anybody? We got nobody. And best kicker, Little's at 4. And we have a Green Bay, Kansas City Super Bowl as we go ahead and check our depth traits. I'm going to check them before the Super Bowl because if some people get them and lose them, I'm giving back. Trevor Lawrence goes up to superstar dev. That's huge. Clemens goes up to star dev. That is big for our offense. Now we have 3 decent receivers. Craig does go up to superstar X Factor. That is another huge depth trait. I don't really care about the rest, to be honest with you. We get those. That's huge. What more could you ask for? And sadly, Green Bay loses its 2nd straight Super Bowl. Kansas City gets another Super Bowl win. Patrick Mahomes, another Super Bowl MVP. All right, we're only going after a middle linebacker, and it's Jeffrey Bassa. Actually, I'm not going to go after him. There is another middle linebacker I'm going to go after. It's Michael McFadden. Star dev, a little bit better. We still plan on drafting a guy. I'm actually going to have to increase this a little bit. We'll bump it up to 3 and 3.5. Yeah. I plan on drafting a guy, but we need 2. Throw him in. Hopefully he is able to do something there. And outside of that, we're just going to get to the draft where we plan on making a decent trade. All right, well, I was only going to make the trade if this guy ended up being generational, which he does not look generational. He is not a top 5 true talent. So we're probably not going to trade up there. I don't know who. It has us taking a left in and Devin Beard. Now, we could still do that, actually. I don't know how good that guy's going to be. That actually gives me an idea. All right, it has us. We're at 14. We're going to get to it. It has us taking a left end. I'm not against taking said left end because I do want to replace Josh Allen. Devin Beard, how does this guy look? He looks pretty good. We're going to take it. I have an idea for this. Ranked at 51. Hidden depth. That's fine. Josh Allen had like 4.5 sacks last year. That's all I want. Now, this may be a lot. He is a superstar X Factor, though, so I don't think it's that far out there. And I can tell you who we're going to get. Kirk Stokes. A top 5 talent. Looks incredible. A corner. Going to bring him in. Fix our secondary. Normal depth. Doesn't matter. He's good enough. Now we can get into the 2nd round where I'm hoping there is a linebacker available. Yeah, George Samuels. This guy's going to get moved to middle linebacker. Welcome to the team. Elite athlete, ranked at 61. Hidden dev, get moved to middle linebacker. All right, another guy I think we're going to move to middle linebacker here, Gilbert Matthews. We're gonna pop him somewhere. I don't really know where yet. Normal dev, probably going to be a middle linebacker though. If I had to say, he's kind of a pass coverage scheme fit there. Taking a tight end. Need a backup at least. It's going to be Jamie Hendricks. Looks decent enough. He's going to be a good blocker. He's going to get in there and do some stuff. I'm just trying to buy some time until we get to these later round picks. All right, draft recap. Looks pretty good. Devin Beard, 73 overall. Stokes is a 77. Samuels, 72. Didn't do too great there. That's when we started going downhill. But I really think Chauncey Watson maybe. Well, both of these guys were middle linebackers. That's what this was. Yeah, gonna Samuels is gonna move over. Samuels is moving over. Gilbert Matthews probably stays the same. He's normal dev. I said I wanted to move Jamal Cameron over to that left side. Doesn't really look good enough. I think Chauncey Watson's going to get the starting job. Backup running back, free safety, left in, just some backup pieces. Enough. Like I said, I really think we're at a good spot with this team. And I think the reason I think we're at such a good spot is because we're really at a spot where we just need players to develop. Brent Strange starting to develop. Trevor Lawrence getting that superstar depth. Hopefully that brings him over the top. Our receivers are really good. Clemens going into his second year, just got a Rookie of the Year. Hopefully he continues to develop. Tank Bigsby hitting 1,000 yards was great. Defensively, we got Wilkinson that needs to develop. Craig, who both X factors from last year's draft, developing. Trevon Walker, Campbell developing. Bring in Beard, who's already taking quite the overall jump. And Samuels, we need Watson to do something, try to get him developing. Stokes, the rookie corner that's playing up to a 79 overall. All these guys just need to develop, and we're going to be a really good football team. And we're not doing a great job at developing a 2 and 4. I can tell you that much. Might be time for a playbook change, really. And it depends on if Trevor Lawrence is actually playing the way he's cut down on the interceptions. I do like that. Our rushing numbers are not great. Receiving, Travis Hunter leading the way. Not terrible receiving numbers. How does our offensive line look? I mean, only 5 sacks. That's pretty good. Aluakon leading the way in tackles. Michael McFadden in TFLs. And Devin Beard, the rookie, in sacks with 3. Would like that to change. A pick for Chauncey Watson, the power rushing outside linebacker. 1 for Sean Craig and 1 for Tyson Campbell. Not the stats you'd like to see. I'm kind of curious to how they have the layout on some of our stuff that I forgot to kind of check. Now, we didn't have any depth traits on offense. Nothing to worry about there. Defensively, Beard is star dev, and Samuels, we do not know yet, are specialist. Okay, that's what it was. I want Clemens in there at the slot. Porter can stay there. Trevon Walker. Yeah, none of these guys really getting. You know what? We're gonna bust Watson up to that rush right end spot. Hope that he can do something. And we need our rushing numbers to take off. They started off really good. Tank Bigsby was doing a lot, and he has since fallen off. And maybe we are gonna have to find a new running back as we just go ahead and pay Travis Hunter. He's going to stick around. Tank Bigsby, I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to wait on him. Maybe we wait till the end of the year. Elijah Molden, we'll offer him another 2-year. No? Okay, no, we're not. Ezra Cleveland, no, we'll replace. Anton Harrison. It's kind of tough to replace tackle. Yeah, everybody else can go. We'll look in free agency and all that to try to kind of get the right players in. National Focus Scouting, we're going outside linebacker. I'm done just trying to guess on all these positions or all these linebackers. I'm going to get for sure scouting on all of them, and we'll do what we have to do from there. Outside of that, we just have to get to the end of the year. Man, it was year 3 a letdown, 6-11. We really fell off. Trevor Lawrence, pretty decent year. Our rushing numbers were not great. That's probably why we fell off. Travis Hunter led the way in receiving. 8 touchdowns, 8 for Brian Thomas Jr., 8 for Kai Clements. Like those guys to keep on developing. Anton Harrison, of course, after we pay him. I don't know why I just backed out there. We had given up 5 sacks at the midseason and then just fell apart. Micah McFadden leading the way in tackles, Trevon Walker in TFLs, and Devon Beard in sacks. 1.5 sacks is all he got in the second half of the season. That's ridiculous. Our sack numbers are terrible in this. They started out so good. Kirk Stokes, the rookie, 4 picks, 3 for Sean Craig, 2 for Michael McFadden, 2 for Tyson Campbell, 1 for Aluakon Watson, and Elijah Molden. And no Coach of the Year or MVP as usual. Not going to be an offensive or defensive player of the year, I doubt. Offensive rookie, Hendricks, but I doubted that. Defensive rookie Stokes comes in at 2. I was really hoping that 4-pick season was going to get him up there. Trevor Lawrence on the list, running back. Bigsby's at 10. Receiver, no. Offensive lineman, probably. Will Hernandez is at 7, but I was going to say probably not. Shouldn't have been. Defensive lineman, no. Best linebacker, not going to be there for sure. Best defensive back. Stokes is at 10. Maybe enough for a depth trait. Little at 3 for kicker of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost some depth traits this year. And depending on who lost it, I'd allow it. Now, we don't gain any on offense. I kind of figured that. Defensively, Micah McFadden goes up to superstar dev, and Porter goes up to star dev. How did Stokes not go up? That's what I don't understand. Other than that, I'm okay with that. Green Bay and Kansas City are in the Super Bowl again. Green Bay making it 3 years in a row. They haven't won one yet. Can they do it this year? And it looks like they do. Jordan Love winning the Super Bowl MVP. It only took them 3 years. They finally got it figured out. And did anybody lose depth traits? Doesn't look like so on offense. Defensively, did anybody lose? Foyesade and Elijah Molden both lose depth traits. I guess it's a good thing we're scouting outside linebackers so we can try to replace him. The main pieces that we wanted to keep, though, they kept theirs. All right, as far as re-signing goes, I don't think we're going to re-sign Tank Bigsby. Now, if we get to the free agency, if he's the best in the free agency, we probably will. All right, we're only going after Jahmyr Gibbs right now. That's it. And we don't get him, so we're going to have to figure something else out here. Kind of fail free agency there. We don't get anybody. We have 126 mil. It's kind of sad we don't get anybody. At the draft, we've kind of got to nail this one. Pick 11, Marshall McCoy. That's a name. He looks a little bit better. This guy's going to get moved to left outside. Left outside linebacker. Welcome to the team, Marshall McCoy. Normal depth. Oh, God, you hate it. Yeah, going tight end here. Michael Dodson in the 2nd round. We do need an upgrade at tight end. This guy looks fantastic. Ranked at 37. Hidden dev. You get an upgrade there. Now, we definitely needed to go offensive line. This wasn't a strong offensive line class either. All right, taking a center here. Going to move him to a guard spot, I think. Ranked at 82. Hidden dev. You just gotta live with it. Good thing that we need a pass rusher. Noah Brandt. Not pass rusher, but a hidden dev guard. So we get both guards. That's figured out. 4th round, I think we need a safety bad. Brian Collins. Looks decent. Surprisingly. Normal depth. Gonna start. He didn't look that bad. We're going with him. Devontae Claiborne, a running back. 91 speed at 4.51, huh? All right, well, there was a lot of panicking going on in that draft as it wasn't working good for us. All right, normal dev, right outside linebacker. We're going to move him over to left outside. Hope that maybe he can get a rookie of the year or something. I don't have high hopes. Dodson, the tight end, he looked great. Burton and Brandt both look like serviceable guards. Hopefully they do all right. Collins, Kareem Isaac. Now, we're going to move this guy to free safety. He doesn't jump up in depth, but he might get it. A left tackle, a quarterback, those two don't matter. Claiborne, it's a good thing we have 2 Tuttons still, but a really tough draft class, especially going into year 4. You'd like to be better. All right, this year's either going to go really bad or it's going to shock me. One of the 2 ways, those are our only 2 options. I think it's going to be bad. That's just my thought. We definitely could use some backup receivers. Yeah, I think it's going to be bad. I don't see it going good for us. We still have a lot of positions that we need to improve upon. Left outside linebacker, we weren't able to get straight ever. Right outside is now starting to take a big dive. The safety position, our D-line is okay, but they don't put up numbers offensively. Rushing's either going to go good or it's going to go bad. We don't really know yet. We're just going to have to see and cross our fingers. But 3-3 gives me hope. I have hope. 3-3, we're at 500. We could be worse off, and we're going to start by paying Brian Thomas Jr. He doesn't take it. Tootin, I'm not sure about. I'm really not sure about any of these guys. because we don't. I mean, none of them start, and yeah, none of them start. So why am I going to be outside of Cam Little and Foyesade? But Foyesade can go. Cam Little can stay. We're going to have to work with Brian Thomas Jr. Everyone else we're going to have to see what kind of depth traits we get, see how the year plans out. If Tootin comes out and if he's killing it, maybe he gets a depth trait. Right now, I can tell you we're focused scouting running back because I don't have faith in a 28-year-old start or normal dev running back. I don't have a lot of faith in our offense. Trevor Lawrence, the passing game's gone down. Tootin, yeah. 3 rushing touchdowns, terrible. Receiving, Brian Thomas Jr. leading the way. Clements, 6 touchdowns. Travis Hunter kind of fallen off. He hasn't been what you would expect lately. And always, the beginning of the year, our sack numbers for the offensive line are decent. Micah McFadden leading the way in tackles. Travon Walker in TFLs. Khalil Wilkinson in sacks with 5.5. Mason Smith up there with 4. I don't know why the rest of our guys don't get sacks. And 3 picks for Stokes, 2 for Foyesade, 1 for McFadden, 1 for Porter, 1 for Craig. I'm not. Well, we have some offensive line dev traits. Burton, star dev. Don't know Branch yet. Ooh, the tight end was star dev. On the defensive side, I don't think we had any dev traits. Well, another shocker. We go 7-10. We haven't gotten better. I got to get better with drafting or something. Trevor Lawrence. Not a great year. Rushing. Tootin, okay, but I would like better. We need more out of our running backs. Receiving numbers, about on par for normal. Sack numbers are bad. Micah McFadden leading the way in tackles. Khalil Wilkinson in TFLs and Khalil Wilkinson in sacks with 12.5. Are left out. They just don't get sacks in the sim. Kirk Stokes 4 picks, 3 for Aluakon, who was benched, so I don't understand that. The sim numbers just do what they want, and I think we have fallen victim to that, even though I see Jacksonville make it to the playoffs all the time in other rebuilds I do. And I really don't think we're going to have any award winners. It's not likely, as Dodson's at 3 for offensive rookie. Defensive rookie, Collins down there. Nobody else on the list, but as quarterback. Yeah, I'm just going to zoom through these because I know we don't D-lineman, though. I feel like Wilkinson was down there. It's really at 6. You just hope for better. Hopefully we got some maybe we got some dev traits. Again, not something I really see happening, as I don't think we were really good enough to get a dev trait. Oh, 2 did go up. He went up to star dev. Still not going to keep him. Going to look for a rookie in the draft. And nobody on defense got a dev trait. That is, Aluakon goes back up to star. And it looks like it would be the Buffalo Bills getting their 2nd so far in this 4-year period that we have gotten. And our plan is to keep Brian Thomas Jr. Hopefully that does it. It does. We keep him around. I mean, we're not going to overpay a guy that doesn't want to be here. I kind of feel the same with everybody else. Just, again, we've had money. We haven't been able to get anybody in the free agency like we've wanted to. We've gone after, like, Jahmyr Gibbs. We've gone after players in the free agency. Haven't gotten near who we wanted. Edgerrin Cooper would be a beast at middle linebacker. I'm just going to leave it alone. We're not getting anybody in the free agency. All right, we're in our last draft. We have pick 6, Dorian Hairston. Going to move him to right outside linebacker. He's a round 1 talent. Ranked at 8, got him at 6. Normal dev, give me a break. But that's okay, because Demarius McCoy is going to get moved to free safety. He's a hybrid type guy, and he's a top 5 talent. Ranked at 2. Hidden depth. We are going to go Jadarius Clay. He's a top 5 talent. He looks really good. 4.43 speed. Ranked at 4. Got him at 70. Hidden dev. All right, going receiver here. James Cartwright, just a backup guy. Ranked at 107. Got him on 102. Normal dev. I'm okay with that. Man, is it hard to get upset at this draft class. 77, 79, 78. 3... immediate impact players for this team. and upgrades at key positions. We needed this early. And this is what the team is looking like going into year 5. Of course, we made some big additions with Clay. The offensive line looks serviceable. That's about all it is. Defensively, of course, we bring in Hairston. We bring in McCoy. Now, I would have gone after Edgerrin Cooper had I realized that Micah McFadden was starting to regress. Did not realize it. Not a great look. Now, we do have some backup guys that look like they're, got good depth traits, good developmental pieces for when we start losing people to re-signings. We need a punter. That's something I'm going to have to look into really quick. And, yeah, I think we're in a good spot. We just really need to put Samuels there. Really need to step up and start winning some games. Probably going to go to the midseason, and 5-1 is definitely working in our favor. We don't know Clay's depth trait yet. I'm going to assume it's star. Most of those running backs like that are. McCoy is only star dev. He was a top 5 talent, but don't hate that. Hairston playing up to a 78 overall already. We do have some players to re-sign. We have a lot of players to re-sign. And, I think really you got to start with these two. Sean Craig wants to be here. Keep him around. Again, this doesn't really matter because we're not we're not doing any more with this rebuild. But we have enough to pay these guys, so we're going to pay them and move on. And I don't even really think we have to keep Porter. We could, or we don't have to keep Campbell. So I'm not going to dive into, all of who we're keeping there. I am curious. We are winning games, so we got to be playing good. Trevor Lawrence doing pretty good, 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns, only 1 pick. Jadarius Clay, I was hoping would be doing better, but it's not terrible. Receiving numbers, Brian Thomas Jr., 5 touchdowns, Clements with 5 touchdowns. Blocking, pretty good numbers so far, but it always starts like that. Micah McFadden leading the way in tackles and in TFLs. Devon Beard in sacks with 4. A lot of people have like 1 sack, but I'd like those numbers to jump up. Zach Porter with 3 picks, 1 for Campbell, 1 for Kenyon Boss. I was hoping our other corner that has never gotten a depth trait for some reason didn't jump up, but we're just going to – I'm going to take it slow. We're going to try to get into the playoffs and see if we can make a run. We squeak in at 9-8, and this game is – I didn't want to go to stats. I wanted to show you all our schedule because this game is just tiring sometimes. And this is one of those times where you go to the midseason 5-1, right? Or where were we? Yeah. Where were we? 2, 3, 4. We're 5-1 here, week 7. Beat the Chargers, 6-1, 7-1, and then all these losses. 2 wins in the last half of the season, essentially. And we're 9-8. Didn't change playbooks. Didn't change anything. We were just losing. Clay, star depth. It's kind of what we thought. How's the defense shaping up? Everybody looks like they're playing pretty good. Hobbs is superstar depth. So, yeah, we probably wouldn't. Well, maybe we just signed Porter and let Campbell go. If we were carrying it on another year, it's good to get one of those late-round superstar depth corners. You love that. Trevor Lawrence, 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns. Clay, almost 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns. Hope for better. 2,000-yard receivers finally. Kai Clements with 16 touchdowns. And pretty good offensive line numbers. Michael McFadden leading the way in tackles. Khalil Wilkinson in TFLs. Devin Beard in sacks with 9. Trevon Walker, 6.5. 6 for Wilkinson, 2.5 for McFadden, whatever. Zach Porter, 6 picks, 3 for Campbell, 1 for a couple of others. Really not great interception numbers, but, at least you have the one guy that's doing it. And outside of that, we've just got to start hopping into these playoff games and see if we can make a run for a Super Bowl. All right, jumping to the end of the game. I'm hoping we can come away with something here as we have a 5-7 game, a weird score. Our offense isn't really doing a whole lot. Now they finally get a second touchdown. We need them What am I doing? Just go to the start of the fourth. Okay, we have a 10-point lead. Going to take this one a little bit slower, as seems we are going to get a 13-point lead, if I can do math there. I think that's right. They're going to punt it. Let's just kind of do nothing with it and give them a chance to get back into the game. 4th and 11. What are we doing here, folks? You know what? I think you got to punt it and we got to come in on defense. We're not really in a good spot. You don't want to give them the ball. That was not a great punt. And he's going to fair catch it. Yeah, maybe we should have gone for it. We didn't give him really that big of a deficit. Now, we got some good corners, so I'm really hoping we can make something happen here. A minute and 5 left. They have no timeouts. I'm going to go ahead and say they're passing it. Because why would they run it, as they can just do whatever they want? We can't get in the backfield. Do we have anybody that could rush the passer? Maybe we get on our X factor here and try to get something going. And we are going to get the sack. Wilkinson with the sack. We know a pass is coming again. We're going to put pressure on him. Keep him in bounds. I don't know what he's thinking there. He's got to go out of bounds. Can we get after him? Throwing it away. 3 seconds left, 4th and 8. Run 3-man deep. We know a pass is coming. I'm not even going to hit anything because okay, there we go. Because the second I hit a button, they were going to be on the 1. That's not what I wanted. Player stats. Trevor Lawrence, a decent day, better than Tua. Clay, not great. Travis Hunter, 103 yards and a touchdown. It's pretty good. Defensively, I hope we had some. Trevon Walker, 2.5 sacks. Wilkinson with a sack and a half. McCoy with a sack. And Demarius McCoy with a pick. And Michael McFadden with a pick. And now we have to take on Baltimore. I'm okay with losing this game. If we get kicked here, it is what it is. I'd like us to find ourselves in a position to where maybe we don't. Maybe we try to come in a little bit earlier than the 4th quarter, big situations. If it doesn't get out of hand too fast, I think maybe that's when we try to jump in if we can and really take control of the game, or at least try to alter the ending a little bit, as Baltimore's going to start on top. We do tie it, though, so I'm not upset with that. I just want to make sure we kind of stay with the opportunity to take control of this game. And as long as we score here, which a huge penalty, we are able to score, we can we can't stop them on defense, that's for sure. Can we score here? We got to keep up with Baltimore. That is the whole. We don't have faith in the defense, so unless we get something there. What are we doing? That was not what I wanted to happen, but we're in a good spot here. 1st and goal. We're in a really good spot. Oh, I should have hit B. He was wide open. I didn't have a good feeling about that. Let's try a run. Maybe we get a run off against Baltimore. Get Clay into. Nope. We don't gain a yard. Oh man, is this a tough one? Maybe we shouldn't have come in here. 3rd and goal. We got some players to target here. Travis Hunter drops it. You're a superstar, dude. What are you doing? Hold on to the ball. Clemens, he holds on to it into the end zone for the touchdown. All right, now we can do it the way we wanted to, which was just jump to the next play. Lamar Jackson's going to take a sack. They're going to get it right back. It's not going to matter. A penalty. 4th and 6. They punt it to us. Can we? Okay, we're moving. All right, I'm coming in here. 127 left. Now, we were moving the ball pretty well, so it's probably not smart because I'll end up fumbling it or something. But we're in a good spot as Clay is going to take us into field goal range, down to the 14, actually. In the red zone, 1:22 left. They're burning timeouts. This is our game to win, as we're just burning timeouts. That's all we want. Just burn the timeouts. I don't care about doing anything else. We want a field goal here with zeros on the clock. Roquan tried to hit stick me from that angle. This should be the last play before a field goal, I would assume. Yeah, we wanted to go down there. I feel like if I click X right now, or A, or whatever, it's gonna wind down. So we're just waiting to wind down. We're gonna call a timeout. All right, time for the game-winning field goal. Hopefully we don't fuck this up, or hopefully it doesn't get blocked. Kick is up. Good. They have a second left. Are you kidding me? They don't do anything with it. That's game over. We win the divisional. Now, that was better than I thought. Lamar didn't have a good day. 2 picks. We're doing a lot in the passing game. Clay, an okay game. Lamar Jackson had 3 rushing touchdowns. Clements, 2 receiving touchdowns. Not the best receiving numbers, but that's okay. And I know we had some. Trevon Walker had the 1 sack. Wow. Sean Craig and Zach Porter with interceptions. So we do enough. We squeak by the field goal win. I'm actually, honestly, surprised that we were even close to winning that game. All right, this is probably our last one right here. Buffalo. Now we have the overall advantage on Buffalo, but that means nothing. They have some great star players, or superstar X factors, really important in the game. Ours apparently aren't as great, and they have the home field advantage. I don't have a lot of faith. We'll try to jump in more if we can, but I think this is going to be a blowout. As you can see, our offense hasn't really done a great job of moving the ball. Now it is only a 7. Okay, it's a tie game. We got a little bit of a comeback going on here. We're moving the ball well now, and I'm gonna. Taking a play at a time, that was just a disaster of penalties there. 3 minutes left, less than 3 minutes left on the clock. You know what? We're going to come in here and see if we can't put together something. Maybe a shot for overtime. As we hit Travis Hunter, hit the spin move and get out of there. 1:30 left. What do we do here? We're going to hit Brian Thomas in the end zone. Probably did that a little early. Can our defense do? Our defense can't do anything. There we go. A sack. We're in overtime. We have the ball first. Can we do anything with it? No, they're going to score right away, aren't they? No, they're not. All right, this is where I'm coming in. Again, another shocking game where we have found ourselves in it, and we're just going to throw that one away because Greg Rousseau's in our face. 4th and 10. Probably shouldn't be doing this here, but we're going to do it anyway. And that's going to be game over. Yep, I shouldn't have done that. That's on me. We're losing out our last season because we got too ballsy. Trevor Lawrence had a decent day. That's not what I wanted. He definitely had a good day. Alford, he was the running back we were looking at taking over Jadarius Clay. He had a better day. What do you do there? Travis Hunter, 105, 3 touchdowns, pretty good. Defensively, did we get any Khalil Wilkinson? 4 sacks. I mean, Beard had a sack. Porter and Craig with interceptions again. Just couldn't finish it out. Made the wrong decision in overtime. I should have just punted it away. Maybe our defense would have bought us another chance. They seem to be doing pretty good there in that game. And turns out Buffalo's going back to the Super Bowl because they're just broken. Maybe I need to. I didn't hit that button. Maybe we need to pick or rebuild Buffalo. That way we can get some Super Bowl wins. Now, I think if we carried this another 2 years or so or longer, we'd probably be pretty good, but just not in the business of doing that. Buffalo does win the Super Bowl. Something you hate to see, but it's still, I think I know where I made my mistake. I didn't adjust my XP sliders like I normally do. And I think that killed us in the end. But some good players we drafted. We had an incredible draft with Wilkinson and Craig. Other than that, though, this is going to wrap up this rebuild, guys. If y'all enjoyed it, be sure to smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to climb. My new goal is trying to hit 500 subscribers. So y'all go ahead and smash that sub button. Let me know down in the comments what team you want to see next. And until next time, y'all have a good one.